Heating and air conditioning.
The Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see a chance of snow this morning, becoming partly sunny and windy. The rest of the day, we'll see a high around 36. Tonight, mainly clear skies with an overnight low around 18. And tomorrow, we'll see mainly sunny skies return, an afternoon high around 48. I'm meteorologist Kyle Cutter for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Load up on meat and more this spring at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's specials through March 26th is spend $25 and receive a free 10-ounce New York strip. Limit 4 per visit. And don't forget about lunch on Fired Up Friday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Locations on 84th and Havelock and 30th and Yankee Hill in Lincoln or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Reading may be the most valuable skill your child will ever learn. And research proves that when children read outside the classroom, they do much better in school. I'm Jenny Vinson, president of the Nebraska State Education Association. It's easy to picture yourself reading with a young child curled up in your lap, but don't forget about your older children. They also need encouragement to read. So set aside some time to read together and help your child achieve and succeed.
Sponsored by the Nebraska State Education Association, aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association in this station.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
For over 15 years, Integrated Life Choices has empowered individuals with disabilities in Lincoln and throughout Nebraska. They provide comprehensive services from group homes and independent living services to job training, ensuring fulfilling lives for those that they serve. Now, they're inviting you to join their mission. If you're passionate about making a difference in the lives of people with developmental disabilities, explore rewarding career opportunities with them. Learn more about their services and apply today at www.ilc.net. Be a part of Integrated Life Choices, where your work truly changes lives.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School, sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something that moves them, that makes them smile, celebrate it. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score!
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What up, Jay Foreman, DP? Austin Norman is back all the way from Portland, or not from Oregon, from Corvallis?
Corvallis, by way of Portland.
Yeah, by the way of Portland. We're Old School, brought to you by the Mercado, Certified Piedmontese, Special Ingredients of Butcher Shop, 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, 2 Lincoln locations. Live in effect from 1040 O Street. Obviously, a lot going on today. We got a lot going on in the studio. We got a quick segment here. Then we got Dr. Dan Finn coming in. I'm going to talk about muscle memory and little concussions. And then top of the 5 o'clock hour, we have Coach Bird coming in from Supernova. So there's a lot going on. Along with that, at the university, we got to try to touch on that a little bit. Changing one part of the leadership after the exit of Trev Alberts. And, hey, look, it onward and upward. When Mr. Danny came in, he set forth the path. A lot of times I think people, in my opinion, we'll just touch on it before we go to break, that they get so excited, or not excited, they try to dissect every single word, look at your introductory press conference, as long as you get up there and kind of do what you need to do, thank the right people. Obviously, you got to be excited and stuff like that. And then the biggest thing that you do, just like anything, is just, get to work, and then, hopefully, put your actions behind your words. And so, everything I've heard from them, from people that aren't associated with our program, but people that have dealt with him before have nothing but great things to say about him. Jed Fish, even though in the little time that he was at the University of Washington, had known, of him and had a ton of respect for him before taking a job in Washington. Obviously, he felt good enough to move his family all the way from Tucson to Washington to take the job with the assumption that he was going to be there as leadership. One of my best friends, Juwan Dawson, rest in peace, is in the Tulane Hall of Fame. I talked to his, I guess, widow or his ex-wife, whatever you want to call it. She played at Tulane as well. They love him down there. George Guidry's son, who was a former Nebraska black shirt Cornhusker, his son, it goes to Tulane, committed to Tulane, and George loves him. So I think that's all I can go off of, and then I'll see what we learn here in the future. So it was interesting. I would say it was a probably interesting press conference, but I think everybody's waiting for him to get up there and talk, and it's the first time getting in front of this Nebraska media, and then it's it's onward and upward. I'm sure he's going to have to do the media rounds and stuff like that, and then after that, about this time next week, he's going to probably roll up the sleeves and and try to get after it. Hopefully, right?
Oh, it's good. It's a new day in Lincoln, Nebraska.
Yeah, I mean it's
a new day.
It has to be. I mean it's I don't really see. Look, I think it's just can't beat a dead horse. Trev's a part of history. We got to turn that page. It's unfortunate, but it's fortunate you get new leadership, and you got to, he's got to do his job, right? And his job is, I would say, it's easier coming in. You don't ever have to raise money. You don't have to worry about people going to games and all that other stuff. So you got to be able to add your spice to it, and then bring some security, right? Nobody's going to have an opening press conference and saying, hey, I'm like Josh McDaniels, we've all had experiences with it, right? I mean, I've had position coaches come in as a pro. My coach on Monday didn't get fired, gone on Friday, and, go through that. So, I'm a little bit maybe more callous and open-minded to it. It's just part of the business these days, and this is the way it goes. I think he'll do a fine job, and the biggest thing I think with people, I can't speak for everybody, but I'm assuming everybody from what I've heard is like they just want some continuity, right? That's a big hope in this day and age, but if you can get it, then you can start to see some real results. And continuity to me isn't somebody just being there and being a placeholder. Continuity actually is everybody on the same page. That's continuity. And it doesn't have to be, we all can be on the same page. Like to do this show, we're all on the same page, right? Try to get in out of breaks, give good content and all this other stuff. But it doesn't necessarily mean that we all got to agree on a point. But at the end of the day, we want to put on a good show. That's continuity to me. That's the more important continuity to me than, hey, we're on TV and we're paused, right? That's, if I could put it in our terms, that's probably the best thing that would be fruitful for this, next chapter in Nebraska.
Well, I mean, days like today are the days where, you get up and you give the elevator pitch for who you are and being gracious and grateful and all the things. And you go, okay. There's nothing heard today that we hadn't heard before from previous athletic directors and presidents. And we have tracking for how those went. My eyes are to what are the steps next. Like I get that. Okay. New day, get your thing done. And I look forward to seeing that. I think that's a big part of the day is what are you going to do? Not what you say.
Yeah.
Like I quite frankly, you're not new to the rodeo. This is, what to say in front of the microphone to get people on your side. And they're like, okay, fine. Now what? And there are issues, whether we know all the issues or the issues that we know versus, as Simple says, what we know versus what we think we know. So for me, I'm watching this week's football practice. I'm watching the transfer portal. I'm talking to student athletes. I'm talking to coaches. I'm talking to people in the community because I want to know where they stand. It's not what I think. I was told the thing yesterday that they said you act as though you're a Husker, but you're not. Like there's literally, this is the kind of stuff that goes on. And I said in my head, not that it matters, but this radio show, this radio station is for the people. So I'm way more interested in what Husker Nation thinks about today. And if you're happy, say so. If you're curious, say so. If you're not happy, say so. And you're all okay in whatever you're saying because it's a new day. I don't know if you're starting at zero. Like, I don't know if that's what today means. But you have an athletic director who does not know the project of all projects that are driving the athletic department currently. So he's got to get up to speed pretty quickly. And it's not an overnight sort of deal. So what happens with the stadium matters. What happens with 1890 matters. What happens with the student athletes who are now under his watch, because they have to feel comfortable under his watch. See, that's the part people don't talk about. These student athletes, this is their future. This is literally their future. And the reasons that they may have chose the University of Nebraska may not exist anymore, or at least be wavered in. So I'm open to the text line. Tell me how you feel about it. If y'all tell me you feel good about it, then I'm gonna accept that y'all feel good about it. That's how, like today was for me, was to watch. I watch a lot. As much as I talk, I watch a whole lot more. I watch a whole lot more. And my grandmother used to say that I had the chase advantage, that people don't see me coming. I watch how people respond in situations and circumstances. And that natural movement, people's natural movement, that if they're moving in comfort, that tells me that is the thing that's normal. If there's discomfort, I pay attention to it. And today I'm watching Nebraska feel good about themselves. And so I want Nebraska to feel good about themselves. That's every day. Every day I want to root for it. And today's a new day. So feel good about it if you feel good about it. If you don't feel good about it, tell me why you don't feel good about it, and I'll listen. But that's what it is for me today.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's, listen, like I said, this ain't my first rodeo. I don't care what you say. I mean, I do, right? Because it's, you can put words together and all that. I want you to be able to represent the university, but this is different than when Bill Moose came after Icourse or Trev came after Moose,
How so?
Was you here when Icourse was here?
No,
Icourse,
I literally just asked you
because
how
Icourse,
so. I don't know.
Icourse had no idea what he was doing. He had no intentions of doing anything that wasn't for the betterment of Nebraska. He needed to go. Every decision he made, from sitting up there and elevating Bob Diaco over the likes of John Cook and all that stuff and said it out loud, you had no business residing in the city of Nebraska, of Lincoln. None at all. To tell a dude that's an assistant coach that he's better than your national championship volleyball coach. Literally, he essentially told the head coach, which was Mike Riley at the time, this is the dude that's better than you. That's not being an AD. He had no personal skills, nothing like that. And then and I hate to say it because you sound kind of like a buffoon up here, digging, taking a dig at Icourse and all this other stuff. But the dynamics of the situation was different. This one here is different, where I feel like, if this is just my opinion, that Icourse was probably a little bit, when you're getting like, all right, this is a little bit of the bottom, right? Whereas Trev, I think, is the shock and awe, right? Where still can't believe it happened. All right, we gotta we gotta pull up our bootstraps and get it together. So, there's a lot of pressure that goes with this job, but I always say this with every job that comes to Nebraska in the big time sports, right? The big time football coach, volleyball coach, basketball coach. It's as hard as you make it, and it's as easy as you make it. And that will not change. And that's just the way it is. You do what you need to do. It's going to be, I wouldn't say it's an easy job, but it's an easier job. If you make it hard on yourself.
Is the Nebraska AD job harder, more difficult than other Power 5 schools?
At times.
Why?
I mean, because I don't really. At times it can, but I think that's more that's all self-inflicted, right? If you get caught up in the tidal wave of, not standing on your own or on your own business and fighting some fights that maybe you're not going to win, and then that could be a hard job. But if you're there trying to build a program, you could actually leave and knowing that you did a good job. And so it just kind of depends on what your take is on it and what you're trying to do. And I don't think I think being an athletic director or coach is extremely harder now in some ways, but then it's a little bit easier. But it's all about how you embrace it and what you choose to do with it. So, ultimately, you got to be in leadership and you got to make some hard decisions. But then also, also being a leader isn't coming in and just like wiping the slate clean either. I'll say this, man, dude. As bad as the Cleveland Browns were at times, there were still good players on that team. There's still good people in that organization. Some of them lasted. Some of them went on and do good. Do good at other places. So, we'll see. I think it's look, he'll do his job. How long? I don't know.
Yeah. Just so it's that thing, right? That if there is a change, there's a reason for the change. Then you have to acknowledge that there is a thing that needs to be changed because status quo doesn't work or hasn't worked. And then what needs to be improved, what needs to be better, what needs to be removed, what needs to be added.
Yeah.
And without knowing any of that, it's really hard to move forward.
Well, they're
going to change for sake of change.
This is where people get confused. Like the fans, you got to move forward because it's not your job. Your job is to cheer on the team. That's your job. Fanatic, that's your job. Their job is to huddle up together and come to terms with whatever the issues are and either change them, kind of compromise them, or leave them at B, and then they got to do a better job. Like, they got to move on from it. You know what I'm saying? Like, people that were in the know-how or however if there's 4 sections that come into the program decision makers, they got to come together, right? The fans got to move on. You got no choice, dude. The season's about to be around the corner. Like, you can't worry about what Trev Alberts is doing down there in Aggie Land. You got to worry about what's happening right now.
Well, I don't think from the fans that I've talked to today, I don't think any of them are worried about Texas A&M really in full. They're curious because it's just part of the conversation, the thing to where they are. Coach Bird's coming in later. She coached at Texas A&M, so there's a whole lot she can explain about what the appeal is and what's going on down there. But the reality is what's happening in Lincoln, what's happening in the football program, what's happening in the athletic department is important because you're asking people to financially and emotionally invest in the programs. And you can't say, well, it's your job just to cheer, shut up and cheer. Don't pay attention.
That's not what I'm saying.
Well,
what I'm saying is this. They are fans, dude. Like, yes, it goes together. What happens in the football program before Trev left, what was wrong with the football program besides they need to get better on the football field? That's what they're trying to do. That's the only thing that they can do. The only thing that the football coaches can do is take the 5-7 team and try to turn that bad boy into 7-5 or more. That's the only thing that they can do. They can't control who stays and goes. That's what I mean. They can't control that. Yes, you're going to be emotionally invested, but you're emotionally invested when they was 9-3. You either you in or you out. That's really what it comes down to.
Is that so you're telling Husker fans you're either in or out? Don't worry about the rest of it.
But okay, if you're watching a game, why are you worried about what the AD and them are doing?
Because you know that it shows.
You don't know. That's why you ask it.
Well, I don't.
It's
know.
not. But it's not.
Know.
It's not their job to tell you how they're doing their business.
So this text line that if you ask them why Nebraska was 5-7, we will get texts from now until tomorrow morning at 7:30.
Right. And it has to do with on the football field and what they're doing. But you can't change that. You can't keep talking about what you did last year, this year. You have to recognize what you did last year, fix it, and then show that you fixed it.
That's literally what I just said, was that my concern is in a time of change, why is there a need for a change? And then what will the change be? My curiosity is, I don't know. I have no idea what what today was for and what it achieved or what it's trying to achieve. I have some guesstimate, but it's just that. So I'm not offering it. Right. I'm simply asking Husker fans, it's a new day. How do you feel? Is this a step forward? Is this a step back? Is this a lateral move? Do you care? Do you not care? I don't know. I'm not going to speak for the text line. I'm simply going to say it's a new day, and I'm interested to see. I'm curious to see what it means. Yeah, because I don't have the answers.
Yeah, I think the answers come in time, boy. You know, we'll see. I mean, I don't know the metrics now because a lot of things. I mean, you're going to come in and try to put your stamp on it, but when you put that stamp on there, you do it early or late. That's really kind of what really goes on. So time will tell. Anyways, we got Dan Finn coming in. You're going to talk about how I got my busted up feet. Then we got Coach Bird coming in, drop some dimes on down there in Aggie land, man. Because look, her experience of coaching down at Texas A&M and coaching now has obviously led her to be one of the best coaches in the Volleyball Federation, Professional Volleyball Federation. Jay Foreman, DP, Austin Norman. We will be right back.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
This is Brad with Midwest Bank, proudly serving our Nebraska communities for over 70 years. We're a community bank, making local decisions, supporting local organizations, and helping local businesses and farms succeed. We are dedicated to serving our clients and helping them meet their financial needs with sound, innovative banking solutions. From an array of checking and deposit accounts, cash management services, to small business, real estate, and ag lending. We're here for you. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Find out more at MidwestBank.com. Member FDIC.
Spring often marks the beginning of severe weather, which can lead to power outages. LES wants you to be prepared before the storm. Restock your emergency kit, update your info with LES, and if you encounter an outage, report it at les.com/report.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. The last few years have been wild. But we've been here for you through all the ups and downs, and we'll be here for you when you need us the most. For all your travels and for your day-to-day driving. With winter conditions causing problems all over town, the last thing anyone needs this year is constant car troubles. Let us help you drive in peace and make sure you drive to work and to winter destinations safe. A1 Automotive, 11th and L Street downtown, always honest answers.
Hi, it's Charlie Stone back with the latest update from Andy Goodyear of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, your new car selection keeps getting better and better every month. Can you tell our listeners all about it?
You know, it sure is, Charlie. It's great that our customers can come in, pick out a new Honda, and drive away with it that day.
How many new Hondas do you have in stock?
Well, right now we have just about 100 in stock.
Hey, I hear you've won some very important awards in your service department. Tell us about them.
Well, the first one is we won the award for the first fixed award. So the cars are actually fixed on the very first time they're brought in. Second award is our Customer Service Experience Award. And then our third award is our Honda Express Service Elite. And we rank the best in quality and customer satisfaction.
Maybe it's time you come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business. 27th and Yankee Hill Road or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
The Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see a chance of snow this morning. Becoming probably sunny and windy. The rest of the day, we'll see a high around 36. Tonight, mainly clear skies with an overnight low around 18. And tomorrow, we'll see mainly sunny skies return, an afternoon high around 48. I'm meteorologist Kyle Clucker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road.
Hi, my name is Molly Party. I'm a realtor with MP Dodge Real Estate. I'm a newly licensed agent and considered numerous brokerages before deciding on MP Dodge. I chose the company that gives me the most support in my new career, plus guidance and encouragement along the way. MP Dodge has a unique mentoring program for new agents. It's helped jumpstart my career and has a supportive management team and administrative staff. So if you're contemplating a career in real estate, look no further than MP Dodge. It will be the best decision you make.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What up? We're back. Jay Foreman, DP, Austin on the ones and twos. We are old school, getting live here at 1040 O Street. We always get excited when I get special guests coming in. We got Dr. Dan Finn. And listen, I want to tell you the story about how I met Dr. Finn. Just on a humbug, right? Out there on the golf course. Yep. And when you meet doctors, I'm always like, all right, man, I'm not going to tell them about my issues. But then fell into it that I let them know that be great for them to support us at the Ticket, which they do at Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard. But then also do a great job of helping broke down humans like myself. Without further ado, welcome, Dr. Finn.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's an honor to be here. This is crazy.
Well, listen, man, we're just talking a little bit of injuries and stuff. What you do is a lot more important. For our fans out there, for our Ticket listeners, tell us exactly what your specialty is at AMI.
So I'm a neuroradiologist, so brain and spine imaging.
Yeah, so right there. So I started out with the foot guy. You'll be seeing me here pretty soon. For people out there that don't understand what a stinger is, right? Because they see them, and when you watch football games, and you see it a little bit more in some in basketball now with the way they collide. You see them shake their arms out. Talk just for the uneducated mind, explain the initial trauma and what a stinger is, and then I got plenty of questions after that.
Yeah, it's think of it like a funny bone
right
of the neck. So everybody's hit their elbow on the table, and your hand goes numb, right? Lasts for several minutes. That's the same physiologic process that happens in the cervical spine when you get a stinger. And so what's happening is you have a spinal canal that's protected by a ring of bone. But when you take a certain hit, the bones move in a way where the spinal cord actually gets bumped. It doesn't take much. It really doesn't. Imagine if you ever had a exposed nerve on your tooth, how sensitive that can be.
Yeah.
The funny bone on your elbow, the peroneal nerve on the outside of your lower leg.
Right.
Watch UFC fights.
Yeah.
You ever see guys take a kick to the outside of the leg? That'll end some fights because their foot will drop. It's the funny bone of the leg. So a stinger is the same process.
The same.
Yep.
Now, I know this for myself because I've had tons of them. Talk about the grades of, I call them stingers. Like I used to have one I used to call it like a drive-by where you just graze somebody and it lights you up a little bit. But then I've had a couple where they actually burn and hurt versus just kind of tingle a little bit.
Yeah. So everything is
you gotta get up closer to the mic.
I'll get up there.
Yeah.
Everything's a sliding scale,
right?
So from minor to severe, and minor is going to be just bumping the nerve, and the nerves are so sensitive. You don't think so because they're so well protected, but the severity goes from just a temporary tingle throughout your body, and in the most severe case, you can have spinal cord hemorrhage. You usually only see that in high impact trauma, like a motor vehicle collision. But one of the things that can happen with athletes like yourself is over time, you can have degenerative disease of the bone.
Right.
So the bone wants to heal itself. When it fractures, it knows that it's fractured, and it will form new bone. But when you have repetitive spinal trauma, it causes inflammation from time to time, and the bone doesn't have its own brain, so it thinks it's been injured. And what does it do to repair itself? It grows more bone to protect itself. These are, commonly called as bone spurs.
Sure.
And they start growing into the spinal canal, narrowing the spinal canal, and making it therefore easier the next time you get hit.
Right.
So that's why you don't see guys making big hits with long careers.
Right.
Because their bone literally it narrows the spinal canal such that the next time they get a hit, it's going to be worse.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And so I wanted to ask you about it because we talked to I know with the concussions, I always felt like if you don't let it recover, you kind of can keep getting them more frequent.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the same thing when you are treating somebody that might have stingers? You got to take the certain amount of time off.
Yep.
Because if you come back too quick, then it'll be just like what you just said.
Yeah. It might be a little different in the brain because the spinal cord nerves are just for basically transmission only.
Sure.
And the nerves, the neurons in the brain are for communication between themselves. But yeah, just like if you get a bad Charlie horse on your leg, it is more prone to injury. If you get an MCL sprain, you're probably not going back on the field.
Right.
And if you do, it's, Super Bowl, Game 7, World Series. And it's the same with a neuron. So there's metabolic stress that happens after the injury,
right,
and leaves it more prone to further injuries if you don't let it recover.
What's your? There's a thing, spinal stenosis.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about that. And is that something you're born with, or something that you develop?
Can be both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you're born with it, does that make you more, I guess, susceptible to spinal cord injuries and stuff like that?
Yeah. People can have spinal canals that are just more spacious.
Right.
And just like you're taller than me, you're bigger than me, and spines are built differently. And you can be born with a narrow spinal canal,
right,
which can contribute to spinal stenosis. And it's just it's unfortunate because we all get some sort of degenerative disease of the spine.
Sure.
The L5S1 that supports half your body weight. It's
right.
A squishy little disc.
Yeah.
And over time, that is going to wear down. And if you're born with a smaller canal from birth, you're going to be more prone to spinal stenosis.
Now to the lower extremities. Talk about the neck. Obviously, is one thing that kind of goes down your arms and your fingers and stuff like that. But then in your lower extremities, down the side of your legs, which I have, talk about where that comes from. And that is pretty much the same thing, but at the lower.
Yeah. If it's coming from spinal stenosis in your back, then absolutely that can be what you can have a peripheral nerve of your leg that can be affected, but most commonly it's going to be a pinched nerve in your back that's going to your leg.
Right.
Because there's several, from L2, 3, all the way down to S1. So you have several nerves that can be affected, and any one of those, if you pinch any one of those, it's going to give you pain down your legs. It can feel like it's in the back of your glute, side of your thigh, back of your calf, and all the way down to your foot.
And normally, obviously, you got two people in here that have had various injuries. For our fans out there, talk about the recovery time frame on say like a bulging disc, nerve damage, just for people so they know that, just because obviously you said it's sooner or later it's going to get everybody out there.
Well, one of the things that maybe people that's not common knowledge is that there's an inflammatory component to a protruding disc. So, and I've had this myself. When you get that initial disc herniation, just like any other damage in the body, it's going to inflame. And so it's not just a disc bulge pushing on the nerve. It can be the inflammation associated with it that's inflaming the nerve next to it. So, just like, let's go back to the tooth analogy. You have sore gums or a tooth has a cavity or something. It's going to inflame the tissues around it. It makes everything more sore. And I told you how the nerves are so sensitive, but they're just so protected. So you can have an initial disc bulge, pinches the nerve, and it can actually get better over time. You give it a period of months, and that inflammation can go down. The disc can regress in size, and you can actually live with that. But you got to be careful not to inflame it again.
Right.
Yeah. So, not every time that you have a disc herniation in the acute setting, that's not a lifelong prognosis of pain.
Right.
Mhm.
One of the things I felt that was interesting is when you start discussing a disc fusion, which you hear about a lot. Obviously, playing football, it happens a lot, both sometimes when you're playing and then more often after you're playing. People don't realize when you get a fused disc, generally, what is it, the one in the above it and the below it start to give out a little bit? So explain the reason why that, because most people think you go and you get somewhat, I guess, repaired or fixed or tuned up, as we used to say. But then you're going to be back in there getting tuned up again based on the original tune-up.
So you have multiple vertebral bodies throughout your cervical, thoracic, and lumbar spine. Each one has a little bit of wiggle room, and you combine that. You have 7 cervical, 12 thoracic, 5 lumbar, and each one has a little bit of motion, so you can bend, you can twist. But if you fuse one of those levels, now you're amplifying the motion next to it. So now you have less degrees of freedom, and so with more motion applied to above and below, like you said, it's going to cause more wear and tear.
And I'm a member of the Spinal Fusion Club,
Sure.
Along with having fractures at the same time, and the surgery and they botched the surgery. My recovery was 9 months of just displacement, and then trying to get flexible, trying to get mobile again, I had to learn to walk again, and that whole process. What is the thing that I try to tell people that stretching for me is the greatest comfort that I get each day, is just stretching. Is that mental, or is that actually physically helping?
Man, you guys got cameras in my house? I have the same thing too. So, and you're talking about stretching your lower extremities.
Yeah.
So, if the muscles of your legs get too tight, they're actually fighting the postural muscles that support the pelvis, and you can have something called anterior pelvic tilt. And long story short, when your hamstrings get too tight, it's going to pull your pelvis down, and the muscles in your lower back are going to fight them and be pulling up, and you get into you can have back spasms, and just imagine if you're just holding a weight for a long time, that muscle is going to get tired, and these muscles don't have a choice; it's a reflex, and that's a problem. So if you don't stretch, that tightness is going to be a chronic contraction of those lower back muscles, which can be extremely painful. And so, like yourself, I stretch every night, and it helps a lot. And when I don't do it, I pay for it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's the thing. You hope that folks who are listening, when your body tells you to stretch, absolutely. Like for me, I thought some of it was mental, that just the idea that I was doing this physical thing would make me feel better, and that was what was causing it. But it actually makes a difference, and you have to keep saying it.
I didn't believe it even through med school until I got old.
Yeah. No, it's a thing.
One more question, Doc, before we let you go. I want to ask you, for somebody that's I'm gonna take the leap and get a fusion. I've been fighting it, but the fight is done. I won't be like anybody, like one of my former teammates, throw up my hands and leave town when I'm done fighting the fight. I'm gonna fight the fight, right? That's a little jab at Trev. But anyways, what's the realistic rehab process? And I'm only asking for everybody that knows me, right? How long am I going to be in a bad mood? And you know what?
Wow.
Listen, they're going to hold you accountable to this now. I'm going to be a bear. So I just want to I'm just trying to figure out how long Austin, DP, and everybody's life is going to be miserable.
Please say 0 days. please.
Mm-mm.
Please.
Thankfully, Lincoln has a lot of great neurosurgeons.
Right.
Good friends of mine. No, I mean, you're looking at weeks, maybe a few months.
That's not 0
I don't
days,
know.
Doc.
Can we do it in the winter so we can still golf?
That's the plan, but I can't get can't get to the winter until we discuss the Band-Aids that we need to get me there.
You'd have to do it in
April.
April.
Doc, we have to get a regimen going.
No.
Of cortisone shots. We gotta get started.
That's not gonna help you.
Well,
I need it.
Most surgeons will actually try to avoid the surgery until that's the last resort.
Yeah, we're there, but if you want these guys to have a fruitful spring and summer,
that's what I want.
Yeah,
personally.
Austin left town for a week because for a couple days because he had to get away from me. DP has decided to start calling Supernova games with Coach Bird that's coming in here because I've been a bear, man. I can't operate, I can't function. So we got to talk offline. We got to get a game plan. My feet are okay, decent right now. But you got to get my back together.
We'll work on it.
All right, man. We appreciate you coming in. This is Dr. Dan Finn, Advanced Medical Imaging, located 7601 Pioneers Boulevard. Go see them. They do a great job. Got two great doctors, Coach Dan, or Dr. Finn, excuse me.
Like it.
And right, well, he's about to be a coach. He's going to coach me through stuff. And Dr. Razan. We appreciate them coming in. Old School, Jay Foreman, Austin, and Dr. Finn. We'll be right back.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Load up on meat and more this spring at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's specials through March 26th is spend $25 and receive a free 10-ounce New York strip. Limit 4 per visit. And don't forget about lunch on Fired Up Friday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Locations on 84th and Havelock and 30th and Yankee Hill in Lincoln or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
Are you tired of living in pain? It's time to take control. At Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, we're your one-stop shop for expert care in Lincoln. From broken bones to complex reconstruction, our skilled team will help you get back on track. Visit prairieortho.com today and discover why we're the trusted choice for thousands of patients. Don't let pain hold you back. Take the first step towards a better, pain-free life with Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, where healing begins. Call 402-489-4700.
Hi, everyone. Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. The last few years have been wild, but we've been here for you through all the ups and downs, and we'll be here for you when you need us the most, for all your travels and for your day-to-day driving. With winter conditions causing problems all over town, the last thing anyone needs this year is constant car troubles. Let us help you drive in peace and make sure you drive to work and to winter destinations safe. A1 Automotive, 11th and L Street downtown, always honest answers.
This is Brad with Midwest Bank, proudly serving our Nebraska communities for over 70 years. We're a community bank, making local decisions, supporting local organizations, and helping local businesses and farms succeed. We are dedicated to serving our clients and helping them meet their financial needs with sound, innovative banking solutions. From an array of checking and deposit accounts, cash management services, to small business, real estate, and ag lending. We're here for you. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Find out more at midwestbank.com. Member FDIC.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934. 8934. HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Doren. God bless you.
Are you in the market for a new garage door or need to repair your old one? It's wintertime, and that means snow, wind, and freezing temperatures, all things that can cause sticky locks and damage to your garage door. If you're experiencing any issues with your commercial or residential garage door during the winter months, call Cameron Hall and his team at Doors Plus. Don't be trapped outside in the cold because of a poorly maintained garage door. Call Doors Plus today at 402-590-5800 or visit them online at doorsplusllc.com. Doors Plus, garage doors and more.
This Friday is Good Friday, and you know what else is good? The incredible chocolates and confections at the Chocolate Season. Help us celebrate Good Friday by joining 93.7 The Ticket for live broadcasts from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Chocolate Season in Williamsburg Village. Come see how their chocolate is made. Enjoy Easter-themed treats and, of course, live radio. The Chocolate Season, March 29th from 8 to 2 with 93.7 The Ticket. I'll see you there.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What up? We're back. Quick segment. Jay Foreman, DP Austin. Before we get Coach Bird coming in, head coach of the Omaha Supernovas. I want to thank Dr. Dan Finn for stopping in. We didn't even get into muscle memory, so that means he has to come back. Plus, he'll see me anyways because you got to get me tidied up so we can function for the rest of the year. But it's always good stuff, informative. There's good people over there, trustworthy.
I was like you in this, but I'll tell you, don't be like me in this.
Because
I was stubborn. I was stubborn, and I kept putting it off. And then one morning, I felt fine, walked down the stairs, went to the kitchen, reached to the fridge, and it was that sniper moment.
Yeah, I've had plenty of those.
That took me to the floor.
Yeah.
And I couldn't even reach my phone. And I just laid there and had a conversation.
Hey, those are conversations you like with yourself. Sometimes you just got to talk to yourself.
Like, hey, okay, we got to fix this.
Yeah.
Like,
I was going to get it done this year and then had some stuff come up. I wanted to wait until I'm 50, but also know that when you continue to get cortisone shots and stuff like that, that actually, can talk to your wife. It does actually a little bit worse. So,
yeah.
But you know what? It takes a while. They got great, options here in Nebraska. I just have been really impressed. And I've seen, a matter of fact, the funny thing about it is I saw my man Ravi, who's the track coach at Lincoln East. I saw him today. He asked me, he was like, hey, is AMI really the real deal? I was like, dude, they have been a blessing. And you just know where they know you're there. So, something's going to happen for them, right? It's like having a good mechanic. Once you pull up and they see your lights, they already know that you get in charge, right? It's not like you just went to drive to the mechanic and, hey, how you doing? And turn around. You got something that needs to get fixed. But it's not only that, they point you in the right directions. They educate you, over-educate you, so you actually feel good about the process. And I'm always a little wary from being in professional sports to where, you wake up and they supposed to scope you. Messing, they tell you we just did a whole replacement. Well, your career is done after that, So AMI, Advanced Medical Imaging, does some really good things over there. They have good, honest people. They do a ton of stuff in concussions, and then obviously with Dr. Finn, Dr. Rasmussen, they do an excellent job. So I want to appreciate them guys.
6 spinal injections.
Yeah.
Shots directly into the spine.
Yeah, they ain't fun.
In order to finish baseball season. And as soon as baseball season, that's when I had the surgery done.
So,
and those 6 injections, nah, bro, don't. We cool.
All right, you got that beat. But we're going to take a quick break. Then we got Coach Bird coming in from Omaha Supernovas. Jay Foreman, DP Austin. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
On your side, Blades Lawn and Landscape has a position opened at a homeowner association to their client list with residential and commercial openings also. Transform your yard into a private oasis with the professional services offered by Blades Lawn and Landscape, including landscape walls and beds and a 5-step fertilizer program applied by a licensed professional. Call them today at 402-730-6320 or go to bladeslcc.com to schedule a free estimate on commercial or residential lawn services.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
The Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see a chance of snow this morning. Becoming partly sunny and windy. The rest of the day, we'll see a high around 36. Tonight, mainly clear skies with an overnight low around 18. And tomorrow, we'll see mainly sunny skies return. An afternoon high around 48. I'm meteorologist Kyle Cutter for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hi, folks. Sean Callahan here for Coppell Chevrolet GMC, and the Chevrolet and GMC Truck Month is now underway. We've got huge savings in Louisville. Get $9,000 off or 1.9% for 72 months on select models. Yes, you heard right. That's $9,000 off or 1.9% for 72 months happening right now at Coppell. So take that short money saving drive down 144th Street or check us out online at CoppellCars.com. You'll be glad you did. All deals with roof credit. Stock number G214773.
Are you tired of living in pain? It's time to take control. At Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, we're your one-stop shop for expert care in Lincoln. From broken bones to complex reconstruction, our skilled team will help you get back on track. Visit prairieortho.com today and discover why we're the trusted choice for thousands of patients. Don't let pain hold you back. Take the first step towards a better, pain-free life with Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, where healing begins. Call 402-489-4700.
A lot of work goes into making Nebraska, Nebraska. Keeping it green. Helping it thrive. Making it fun. Everything that goes into caring for our outdoors, from waters to wildlife, plays a big role in making Nebraska home. Learn how we help conserve our state's natural resources at outdoornebraska.org.
Paid for by Nebraska Game and Parks. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Not many businesses can say they've made it 60 years, but Madsen's Bowling and Billiards can. With 12 bowling lanes and the biggest pool room in Nebraska, where else would you go to enjoy an afternoon or evening? There's a great daily specials like $2 Tuesdays, games of bowling, shoe rentals, draft beers, and tacos, all just $2 each. Have a delicious burger at EJ's Lounge before or after your bowling or pool session, and you'll leave satisfied. Madsen's Bowling and Billiards at 47th and Dudley.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeit. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
With a Planet Fitness Black Card, you don't just get a great workout, you get a great perk out because your membership is packed with perks. For $1 down and $24.99 a month, you'll get perks like access to any of our 2,400 clean and spacious locations. Bring your friend anytime and both work out with tons of equipment that'll give you that big fitness energy. Relax in the Black Card spa and more. Work out and perk out with the PF Black Card. Join for just $1 down and $24.99 a month.
Hurry, this deal ends soon.
See Home Club for details.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School, Sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something that moves them, that makes them smile, celebrate it. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score!
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hey, what up, Jay Foreman, DP, Austin, Old School. We are back. We'll do it quick. We were brought to you by the Mercado, Certified Piedmontese, Special Ingredients, the Butcher Shop. Had Dr. Finn from AMI in here before. Now we got two other special guests. We got my man Charles.
Charles been at work today.
He been chilling. But hey, that's all good.
Charles went to work today. He, on his day off. So I texted him. I said, hey, man, are you on the truck? Because I thought maybe Tuesday he's on the truck. He's like, nope. And he was on the road. He says, I said, well, Coach Bird's coming. I want y'all to meet because the Supernovas deserve Mary Ellen.
Yeah, they deserve Mary Ellen. So we have Coach Bird in here from the Supernovas. Never met you before, but congratulations. I went to the first game, but then after the first game, you obviously were promoted to head coach. Before we get to you, though,
yeah,
I used to, when Charles only had the truck, I'll never forget this. It was a snowy, and you were at 40th and South there at that gas station. Listen, it was a blizzard. But I just fell into him on a humbug out on 27th and Nebraska Highway up there, and it was hitting the greens and everything. So then he would post it on Facebook. Snowstorm. So I had my white Tahoe, put that bad boy in four-wheel drive, and I was first in line because he went from like 6 to 10. I knew to get there at 5:30. So you just put the defrost on, listen to the radio there. And he opened it and he looked at me like, yeah, you back. So I'm back.
Charles,
back.
Here's the
ain't
thing.
Left since.
Here's the thing about Charles. And my grandmother would always say, somebody cooks for you, that's love.
Yeah.
Right? But my grandma would also say, don't let everybody cook for you.
Right.
Don't let everybody cook for you, right?
You get to seal the approval, brother.
Right. Don't let them cook for you. So they told me about Charles. They told me about Mary Ellen. And the first time I bit into the collard greens, I had, as we said, that conversation. I had to have a conversation with myself.
Yeah.
Like, DP, don't act a fool. Don't act ignorant. Don't lose your mind. But damn.
Yeah, you got to do the. I did the quick taste before I left the parking lot out there at 27th Nebraska Highway. Then I was like, no, I'm just going to go to park right here and just eat this right here. It's everything.
Oh, you can't wait.
It's
not possible. It's not possible. And so we had the opportunity. We made a decision. And Becky likes to cook. But one Thanksgiving, she just looked at me and she goes, we love Charles, don't we? I was like, yeah. She goes, let's ask him. So Charles hooked up the Thanksgiving dinner. Listen, we was in the kitchen dancing.
Oh, I hear you. That's when you know the food's good. That's right.
There was no music, but we were.
You guys are too kind. Too kind.
Now, Coach Bird, before
I love how he's just sitting up there, just like, yeah.
Coach, before we get into Supernovas, okay.
We got her for a while. So
okay, I was told though. I was just told by somebody that if we need to debate LeBron against
we're
Jordan,
definitely
then
debating this.
we can do this. I'm here for it. I grew up watching Jordan letting me down all the time in the playoffs, one and done.
Letting you down.
Jordan, getting swept. And then he went, and when he started winning championships, when he started playing like LeBron, James, Bron.
God.
Bron. I don't even know who Jay is right now. Like, I don't even know who he is.
See, because I know I can talk to her.
Who is that?
Because Strick is not sensible. Listen, if I need 40 points, I'm hiring Jordan. If I want me the best all-around player, it's either LeBron or who else? Who else, Austin? The Magic Man. Yes.
What
Say it with me, Austin. The Magic Man.
What?
The Magic Man.
What? So now, since Doc Finn left, are your feet
Who's
hurting?
the Magic Man? Magic Johnson?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are we serious?
Look,
I'm
Coach Burns,
still.
get him,
What?
Coach. Get him.
I had to welcome you to the club.
I don't not like LeBron, but Jordan wins. He wins.
Yeah, he wins.
So are we
He
just
wins
talking about
6
like, I guess if you want to break it down like best player, skill for skill, or I would still take Jordan if they played one-on-one.
Get him.
Oh,
Get
no.
him.
See, listen. Jordan went against a bunch of guys that were smoking cigarettes, Craig Elo, and all them dudes.
Stop it!
I mean, come on. Them dudes at the wire, Jeff Hornacek and all them dudes, Mark Price.
Okay,
Listen,
he wasn't staying up all night smoking cigars,
that's
gambling.
That lets you know. He could go out there, play
golfing.
36 holes, go against Craig Elo, knocking in the door, talking about I'm going to hit 45.
I'm sweating.
Jay, they are roasting you on the text line.
That's fine.
They are roasting you.
Here's the
on the
difference
text line.
between me and everybody else. I love Jordan. He is the ultimate assassin.
Okay.
I understand
appreciate that.
Right? And if I had to win one game, that's the dude. Because I know I can count on him for 70, especially right now. But when I'm talking about being an all-around basketball player, and I've been blessed to see both of them up close and there's no comparison.
I just
There's
wanted
no
to ask a quick question. Do you know who else wins? Phil Jackson.
I love Phil Jackson.
How about that?
Also love Phil Jackson.
So
how about
also
that?
love him.
LeBron never had a Phil Jackson.
I'm sweating.
That's all right. I mean,
I agree with you on that.
Yeah.
I actually agree. I listened to his whole podcast when I was driving across the country last year.
Well, he did have Pat Riley. That's like you in the neighborhood.
He had Eric
like you're in the
Spoelstra.
neighborhood of elite. Like you're in the neighborhood. Look, there's three coaches that have four coaches who are in that conversation. Four. There's Phil. There's Mr. Riley. There's Red Auerbach, and then there's that dude down in San Antonio.
Right.
Everybody else gets in line.
You don't like his name?
Popovich.
I do. Coach Pop. It's like saying Dr. Tom Osborne. I have to say it in full if I'm going to say it at all.
Okay.
I have that much respect for
All
him.
right.
I just want to say, listen, I want you, we're going to get back to this Jordan talk, but Charles, I want you to, what did you bring Coach Bird today?
Oh, we are all over the place. I love this.
Bird.
I love this conversation.
What did you bring her?
I brought her some rib tips, some walleye, some fried chickens, and everything's fresh out of the grease. So some collard greens, cabbage mix. We brought some coleslaw. We brought some sweet potatoes, some baked beans, and some cornbread. Just to give you a taste.
Giving you a little bit of everything.
Yeah, we should have just brought it in here. That would have been rude.
Oh, we've done
in
it.
front
We've
of the
done
people.
that was the normal.
That would have been rude.
We were there, like, because then we would just be eating and not talking.
Mhm.
So through that, explain to her how you prepared said rib tips.
Oh, well, there's a process where we season them, then we throw them in the fridge overnight, and then we hickory smoke them for about 4.5 hours till they're nice and tender, and then we chop them up in the little pieces, bite sizes. It's almost like a wing, but it's just the end of a rib. And a lot of people don't know what rib tips are, but it's just the spare rib, the end cut off, and then we smoke those with hickory smoke. And I love them
I'm already
myself.
drooling.
But I wish the world knew about rib tips. But as you know, you can stop down at Mary Ellen's and try some. But yeah, that's how we do it.
And this is what we get to do during the next break.
Yeah, you get to take we'll take a long break so you can nibble and you get some understanding, and then we'll come back and we'll get into supernovas. We'll get into your time at Texas A&M. I need you to explain to folks why somebody would possibly leave Lincoln, Nebraska, and go to College Station, and why they should leave.
Oh, we're gonna eat it. How long am I here?
Yeah.
What's happening today? What's going on?
Yeah,
I didn't know what I was in for when I showed up.
Here's the thing. Here's what we know about Coach Bird. Here's what I know about her. She's gonna have her own show before we're said and done, because she knows sports, she knows people, and she's a great conversation. So I think this is just the launch. I need to get her in the room to witness
so
what
much to talk
happened.
It's all right. I mean, Austin over there, I caught you off guard. He told me.
No, not at all.
I was taking an important phone call, and he's like, "Hey, if you want to get Coach Bird going."
I instantly was sweating when you started talking. I was like, wait, what's happening? You're like, I've never met you, but first I'm like, here we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, he teed you up.
He's a Duke fan, so you have to understand.
Yeah,
that.
what are you wearing?
I wasn't going to bring it up, but that 4-12 game went the way we all saw it going, DP.
Oh, listen to her. Listen. You see this? This is what we deal with every day.
What's the 4-12?
See, he's happy now.
4-12 game.
Yeah, ACC.
It was my Duke Blue Devils versus DP's James Madison Dukes.
Yeah.
I actually picked Duke, but I really deep down wanted James Madison to win.
Because there's some Dukes in the league, and there's Duke on the Supernovas. So blasphemer.
But now, what's his name's at Vanderbilt?
Yeah, he moved. So
that was wild.
It's gonna be, and your time. So, and you've been all over the country, so there's lots that we can kind of check in with you on, and we want to do that. So, Austin, let's get to break. I want to thank Charles on
Thank
air
you, Charles.
for doing what
Appreciate
you do
you guys having
and for
me.
being
Thank you, Charles.
Anytime.
Yeah, and then we're gonna let Coach Bird go sample the goodies, and then we'll come back. We'll talk volleyball, we'll talk basketball, we'll talk College Station with Coach Bird here on the Ticket.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Load up on meat and more this spring at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's specials through March 26th is spend $25 and receive a free 10-ounce New York strip. Limit 4 per visit. And don't forget about lunch on Fired Up Friday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Locations on 84th and Havelock and 30th and Yankee Hill in Lincoln or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town. The Omaha Supernovas are back in action this Thursday, March 28th versus the Grand Rapids Rise at CHI Health Center in Omaha. The Mullen Motors pregame show with Derek Pearson and Renee Saunders starts at 6 p.m. with first serve at 7. Make sure to tune in to the next Ag Appraisal and Realty postgame show right after the match ends. Catch all the action on your flagship station, 93.7 The Ticket, and statewide on the Supernovas Radio Network.
Are you tired of living in pain? It's time to take control. At Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, we're your one-stop shop for expert care in Lincoln. From broken bones to complex reconstruction, our skilled team will help you get back on track. Visit prairieortho.com today and discover why we're the trusted choice for thousands of patients. Don't let pain hold you back. Take the first step towards a better, pain-free life with Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, where healing begins. Call 402-489-4700.
With the Planet Fitness Black Card, you don't just get a great workout, you get a great perk out because your membership is packed with perks. For $1 down and $24.99 a month, you'll get perks like access to any of our 2,400 clean and spacious locations. Bring a friend anytime and both work out with tons of equipment that'll give you that big fitness energy. Relax in the Black Card spa and more. Work out and perk out with the PF Black Card. Join for just $1 down and $24.99 a month.
Hurry, this deal ends soon.
See Home Club for details.
Not many businesses can say they've made it 60 years, but Madsen's Bowling and Billiards can. With 12 bowling lanes and the biggest pool room in Nebraska, where else would you go to enjoy an afternoon or evening? There's a great daily specials like $2 Tuesdays, games of bowling, shoe rentals, draft beers, and tacos, all just $2 each. Have a delicious burger at EJ's Lounge before or after your bowling or pool session, and you'll leave satisfied. Madsen's Bowling and Billiards at 47th and Dudley.
This is Brad with Midwest Bank, proudly serving our Nebraska communities for over 70 years. We're a community bank, making local decisions, supporting local organizations, and helping local businesses and farms succeed. We are dedicated to serving our clients and helping them meet their financial needs with sound, innovative banking solutions. From an array of checking and deposit accounts, cash management services, to small business, real estate, and ag lending. We're here for you. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Find out more at MidwestBank.com. Member FDIC.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the K&TK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeit. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Hi, my name is Molly Party. I'm a realtor with MP Dodge Real Estate. I'm a newly licensed agent and considered numerous brokerages before deciding on MP Dodge. I chose the company that gives me the most support in my new career, plus guidance and encouragement along the way. MP Dodge has a unique mentoring program for new agents. It's helped jumpstart my career and has a supportive management team and administrative staff. So if you're contemplating a career in real estate, look no further than MP Dodge. It will be the best decision you make.
Are you in the market for a new garage door or need to repair your old one? It's wintertime, and that means snow, wind, and freezing temperatures, all things that can cause sticky locks and damage to your garage door. If you're experiencing any issues with your commercial or residential garage door during the winter months, call Cameron Hall and his team at Doors Plus. Don't be trapped outside in the cold because of a poorly maintained garage door. Call Doors Plus today at 402-590-5800 or visit them online at doorsplusllc.com. Doors Plus, garage doors and more. Sandhills Global is hiring. With their fast-paced, growing culture, they have hundreds of new openings in sales, marketing, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Full-time roles offer a 4.5-day work week, along with flexible internships in most areas. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Find your fit today at www.sandhills.jobs. If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
Hi, folks. Sean Callahan here for Coppell Chevrolet GMC, and the Chevrolet and GMC Truck Month is now underway. We've got huge savings in Louisville. Get $9,000 off or 1.9% for 72 months on select models. Yes, you heard right. That's $9,000 off or 1.9% for 72 months happening right now at Coppell. So take that short money saving drive down 144th Street or check us out online at CoppellCars.com. You'll be glad you did. All deals with roof credit. Stock number G214773.
Mosaic is a nonprofit, whole-person healthcare organization that embraces God's call and relentlessly pursues opportunities that empower people with diverse needs to live their best lives. Mosaic in Southeast Nebraska, serving Lincoln and Beatrice, would like to invite you to their monthly Discover the Possibilities tour events. Events are held on the third Wednesday of every month and are a great way to understand Mosaic's mission. To RSVP, please contact Melindy at 402-429-0088 or visit mosaicinfo.org/Southeast Nebraska.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
My dream was to work in commercial banking, but it required a college degree and I didn't have one. I found out that Doane had classes for adult learners on the Lincoln campus and online. So I earned my bachelor's degree, and 5 months later, I landed my dream job. I decided to continue my education, and now I'm working on my MBA at Doane. For me, the Doane experience has been life-changing.
A team succeeds when they work together. Banking's no different. At UBT, we're in your corner for every financial move you want to make. Your money's backed by a roster of experts who put in the work to know you and your community. So whether you're opening a savings account, buying a home, or planning your future, you always know who to turn to. Working together toward your financial goals. That's a win in our playbook. Union Bank and Trust. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
This is Monster Jam.
Witness big air, two-wheel skills, backflips, and all-out racing. It's the only place to see the world's best drivers tear up the dirt in your favorite Monster Jam trucks, like Gravedigger, El Toro Loco, Megalodon, and more. It's big-time fun for the whole family. Monster Jam, as big as it gets. This Friday and Saturday at Pinnacle Bank Arena. Brought to you by BKT Tires, Great Clips, and the original Super Glue.
Power combo BOGO? Huh?
Yes, if you purchase an air conditioner, you receive a furnace completely free. At John Henry's, our professionals want to ensure you are comfortable in your home all year long, no matter what Nebraska has to throw at us. Call today to schedule your free estimate and learn more about the free furnace waiting for you. Give John Henry's a call today.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air.
And electrical.
People always ask, what are Jake and Sip like when they're off the air? Well, the answer probably won't surprise you.
Hey, Jake, your Honda's looking a little dirty.
Says the guy whose license plate is barely visible.
I mean, do you even care about that thing anymore?
It gets a little uncomfortable. Now, that's when I jump in.
Hey, whoa. Mark, did you get a new car?
Nope, just took my car down to Nebraska Auto Detail. Joe and the staff made the outside and the inside look amazing. Maybe you guys need to go.
Okay, wise guy.
Settle down, Jake.
Book your appointment today at NebraskaAutoDetail.com.
Constructors is now hiring for all positions, with laborers starting at $23 and up based on experience. Constructors has immediate job openings for laborers, mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Start your new career today. Constructors offers great pay, health, dental, and vision insurance, paid time off, paid holidays, and so much more. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. For a complete list of openings and to apply online, visit constructorslincoln.com. Life is all about balance, so how about a little sweet and a little heat to make your week? At Wings and Rings, we're introducing our all-new Hot Honey menu for the month of March. Try our one-of-a-kind house-made sauce on the brand-new Hot Honey chicken sandwich or our Hot Honey shrimp and slaw. And of course, you can get it on the traditional boneless or smoked wings that have made Wings and Rings your go-to neighborhood spot. But don't wait, Hot Honey is only here until April 1st. So stop by Wings and Rings at one of our 2 Lincoln locations today, on O Street and on Village Lane.
Load up on meat and more this spring at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's specials through March 26th is spend $25 and receive a free 10-ounce New York strip. Limit 4 per visit. And don't forget about lunch on Fired Up Friday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Locations on 84th and Havelock and 30th and Yankee Hill in Lincoln or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What up? We are back. Jay Foreman, DP, Austin, Coach Bird, head coach of the Supernovas. Now we can get back to regular scheduled programming. We have to get the ranking now after having some Mary Ellens.
I'm gonna eat way more of it. I just sampled a little bit of everything.
Yeah,
and it was very good. I might have broke a fork, but yeah.
Well,
he's I like all of it.
He's committed to feeding the team, and the menu is crazy.
They'll lose their minds over that.
Yeah, and but that's why I wanted y'all to meet today to make sure that you knew who he was, he knew who you was, and to get you in front of that team, and we'll take care of him. And we need to get the team down here so they can see everything and get them in the building. And we'll have a coffee fest, and we have some sponsors.
You know what they love. You've traveled with us.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. So one of our partners is the chocolate season, and they have it's a tour of chocolate here in Lincoln. And they are like, we'll get them through. Sofa Casino, they're out on what's that? Havelock. And they Chubbs can cook, and they all want to feed you. They want to feed the team. So, we're going to take care of you in Lincoln. I know you got the Omaha title, but we're going to take care of you in Lincoln. We just need to
We'll come visit.
Yep.
We'll do a little trip over here.
Get you down here. Coach, it is really cool time in watching the Pro Volleyball Federation kind of expand. Like we saw the seeds and the bud, and now the flowers are blooming, and you get to see Columbus become a factor. Watching Grand Rapids, of course, the next opponent kind of develop, and then Atlanta and the rivalry, even though it's not supposed to be a rivalry, it is already.
That was created, but now all the teams. I mean,
it's good.
You can see the competition is just getting better and better.
Is it everything you thought it would be?
No, because none of us knew what it would be. So this is, it's cool for the athletes. It's cool for all of us that are a part of it because it's blown up, really. I don't think we didn't know what to expect. So now, just to see it take off this way, and then once March Madness is over, we'll be on CBS. So that's going to be huge. But it's going to be the best volleyball too, I think, the second half of the season.
Think about this. You couldn't project 11,000 plus, 12,000 plus to come watch you play. That's spectacular. What do you think the key is? What's the magic that makes when people show up to CHI Health Center to see the Supernovas play, why they want to come back and then tell their friends?
Well, I think it's the energy of the sport. Volleyball is always fun and entertaining. But the atmosphere, even on the road, it's an event. I just did the TV thing this morning. When you talk before the games, you just give us whatever.
Yeah.
But I've gotten to know them. And so I actually agreed if he can figure it out. And I'm against this. When they're like, oh, can we talk to you like during the break, like between sets 2 and 3, or how they do in the Final Four now. Well, now even March Madness, they're talking to coaches during timeouts. And it's entertaining because it's like, what are they really going to say? And so today I go, you know what? He's like, if we just got a headset, you could just put it on and then we could ask you something. And I'm like, maybe. I go, only because I like you guys and I've gotten to know you, maybe I would do that during a match. Because it would be entertaining. Hey, what just happened? Like, what are these calls? Like, whatever. It would be fun in game. And it's more about the entertainment factor for people watching.
I'm going to clip that.
And that maybe I will.
I'm going to clip that and waving you over at intermission, like, Coach, let's go.
Yeah, I was like, maybe.
We'll have the clip. We'll have Rico text it to you.
Yeah, there.
So that way, just between every set, it's in your ear. Like, hey, you got to come over here because we have your word now.
Like, we have this question for you.
Isn't it more fun walking into maybe they'll ask you about Jordan and LeBron again on air? I
definitely appreciate that. Didn't see that coming. I had no idea what he was going to say. I was like, what is happening right now? And then it was that. Yeah, I am all about not having the question before I go into an interview. People are like, we'll send you the questions. I'm like, you don't have to.
Coach, I want to always ask, obviously, for people, we've asked numerous people, but from a coach's perspective, I think it's a better view of the difference between championship type of college volleyball and professional volleyball. Explain it, because I don't think really I witnessed it first. Just by warm-ups, I was like, whoa, like, hey, this is different than what I'm seeing and Nebraska's obviously great. Explain the difference, because for me is the speed, it was the power, it was the athleticism, it was like a totally different speed that I was used to seeing.
Yeah, and I think the highest level of volleyball, even in college, you have a handful of players on both sides that are that. Pro, it's the whole team. Like even our roster, our depth in our roster allows us to compete at the highest level, even in practice. And so, and a lot of teams have that, but it's the defense. I mean, the rallies are
Right.
insane. And especially now that we've all been playing more, like that stuff that it's like you almost take it for granted, even us just watching it every day.
Right.
The plays that they're making and like having to terminate in transition. Well, yeah, it's like a lot easier said than done. It's not as fast as when you're coaching college, and even the scouting. It's like you can scout someone, but then they have every other shot. So it's kind of like you're not being sarcastic, but you're like, yeah, well, they're good. They can do that too.
Right.
So you can't just necessarily shut one thing down and think that's going to stop a player. But no, it's the defense and it's the overall caliber of everyone on the court.
And when you're coaching a game, is there ever a point where you're like, all right, we got them, right? Is it that from 17 to 20, or is it like, is the first team to 22? Because again, you can kind of fork it. Because I know when I coach basketball, I was like, all right, we get under 2 minutes, we got 5-point lead. It's game, set, match.
Under 2 minutes?
When you're coaching summer basketball, now granted, we don't have 85
Did
timeouts.
you watch the Texas A&M
I coach
Houston game?
I coach AAU basketball. It's different than we don't have TV timeouts under 4. We don't have all that.
Yeah.
Listen, them refs need beer money. They want you on and off that bad boy. So if I know what the refs are, I know which one we're getting out of there. Plus, you got parents doing the clocks and stuff. So, is there a certain point in the match when you get to a certain point that you're like, okay, I know?
No,
no,
rarely. I mean, no. For us, in certain sets when we didn't play well, I knew it was over for us. But no, I mean, I think the game is so much led by momentum. Like you have to stay on it. Like if you allow someone to get 3 points and they're within, I think if you're within 3, for sure you're still in it. 5 even in volleyball, because it's like the whole goal is to string points and to stop that. So it's very rare that I inside ever relax and think, oh yeah, we got this. Especially with these teams, these opponents. I mean,
Coach, let them know about some of the players in this federation, because folks will know the number 1 draft pick and they'll know former Nebraska players, but there's some talent in this league.
Oh, yeah.
Give the folks a little bit of a rundown about the caliber of talent that's in this federation.
Yeah, I mean, any night there's going to be a handful of players that have either played internationally for over 10 years, or they've just there's like grads, like rookies playing. Reagan Cooper from Kansas, my Jayhawk, she's crushing it in Columbus, and no one would have thought that because she didn't really play 6 rotations in college, but her, Asia O'Neal, like as rookies, are dominating. And then you got Leah Edmond down in Atlanta, and Stumler, which they're awesome. They played at Kentucky. But across the board, I mean, there's so many players internationally and from the States. But yeah, it's like every night, every team has someone.
You broke it down for us before we even got started in the season. Like, don't think that just because it's Nebraska, because it's Omaha, that this team's going to be put together and going to run through this league. And I asked Coach Saunders how many wins she thought in a 24-win season would get you into the playoffs. And that number has wavered quite a bit over the course of it, that, quite frankly, it could be 13, 14 wins, gets you in the 14 playoff, because there's so much depth. You don't even talk about winning.
No.
You talk about playing the game the right way. And I love that so much, because it's a conversation we have on the show all the time.
You just said that you asked her that. And I'm like, gosh, what was her answer? I don't even know what I would have said. I don't even know what I would say right now. I don't even know what number I would have even thrown out.
Even at 8-3, 9-4, you don't know what it'll take to finish. I think she said 15 would be, she would start to rest easy if this team got to 15 wins.
But I instantly think of how many losses that it is, and it's annoying. But it's like, but it's also a very good league. So, but even sometimes now I think about our record and it's annoying, but it's a good league. So.
like you've played above and beyond, except your own standard. And that's important, because they match up every day playing to that day's standard. They have to match up and be better than they were yesterday and the person they're playing against, who's also a national team player from somewhere. right? So how do you
That's
handle
also what's so fun about practice.
the competitive battle every day?
Yeah, and I've been not overanalyzing, just always
Yeah,
thinking
no,
about things.
you overanalyze. That's 100% true.
Because you know how coaches, and you guys are all like have coached or sports in general, you lean towards lineups or you always work on things with starters. Like I've gone away from that with this team. Like genuinely gone away from it because the raw competition and how the level of play we get just by mixing everyone up. And obviously we've mixed up our entire lineup on any given night.
Yeah.
So to me, it's like you guys are pros. Everyone's competing. It's that close in the gym. We just mix it up all the time. And it's better to just have that competition than to like focus on like overworking something that you might not even, it could change.
Well, Jay likes to talk about the championship years here at Nebraska, that him as a freshman and a sophomore, he had some monsters around him. And so the standard was always, and he knew on the other side of the ball, oh, there's a future Hall of Famer and his backup, who's a future Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
So practices were almost more competitive than games. I think that happens for the Supernova.
Yeah, I think that's a great way to go about it because it's different than obviously coaching what club teams or whatever they're called.
Right.
You're coaching adults and they all have played professionally. I wanted to ask you the schedule. Obviously, I know what the schedule is because DP, obviously my partner, he's gone.
Right.
And I want to ask you about this little bit of a break that you've gotten, a little bit of, what have you wanted to work on with this break? Is it rest and recovery? Because traveling's hard. People don't realize, all people see is like when you just roll out there, in our case, or your case, Thursday night. They don't understand flying, sleeping in a hotel, training on the road, playing, getting on a plane. That's hard. What are some of the things you maybe have focused on as a staff and as a team with this little bit of a little bit of break at home?
Last week we worked a lot on just our defense, our blocking defense, just being cleaner with that stuff. And I think it's good. It's things that you take for granted because they're professionals. They've played at the highest level. But then we get in drill, we do some of this stuff and it's like they're having genuine conversations on like whose ball is this and this seam and things like, and I'm like, wow, okay, we definitely need to break this down. And it's cool. Like it's awesome. So that was last week. And then we gave them 3 days. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, they were off. It's just good to get time away and people took trips. Like I even went to Phoenix.
Sure.
And then we got back in and it was probably the best Monday practice we had yesterday.
Refresh.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they were locked in. And I think it's because they are mature. They know we have basically 4 games in the next 8 days.
Right.
So we didn't have time to like ease back in. It's like we just got after it. And so that's something that I've appreciated and I respect about them is how they can lock in and like know like what their job is and that we have to be locked back in. And this week it's just been competing. Again, like we obviously it's the first contacts is what we always talk about, serve and pass.
Mm-hmm.
So we always do that and then just get them into just live play.
When I think of like great players, there's always a behind the scenes like practice story that no one knows. It comes out down the road. Have any of your players just like dominated a practice where nothing anyone
Are
could
you
do would stop
insinuating
them?
when Michael Jordan they passed the torch to him?
I think about Jordan and the
Tell
dream
him,
team.
Tim.
I think
Get
about
it,
Jimmy
Burr.
Butler taking the
Get
third
it, Coach
stringers
Burr.
in Minnesota.
Yeah.
Jace Timberwolves.
Yeah, man. I know it's playing against Kevin Duckworth is so hard. You know what I mean?
God.
Jerome
You
Kearse.
make my palms sweat. Like we can't change who the opponents were.
You don't.
I
You
know.
don't have to.
Oh my God.
We settled this. We settled
Dad.
it. We both came to a compromise. Imagine that. It's great. Right? Jordan's the best scorer. LeBron's a little bit more skilled. Bigger, faster, stronger. That's all. I mean, that's no big deal. I mean,
Yeah, that's
I could
factual.
back down
He's
my plumber
6'8".
pretty good.
He's 6'8". Michael Jordan's 6'6".
Even with your
so
back that needs fusion in your sleep footedness.
Yeah, my neighbor's about 5'9". I could back. I
Oh
think
my
very
God.
easily I could take him out back.
I want to
Because you're
go
skilled.
pull
Maybe
up
that's
like
physically.
highlights.
This is literally. I mean,
It's never gonna end.
no,
I
it
can't.
never will. But this is why.
That's the great thing about it, right? It's like
It'll never
Joe
be answered.
Montana versus Tom Brady. Do you
The
know?
answer's
Do
Peyton.
you know who John?
Yes.
Do you know who Joe Montana is?
Yes.
Who do you think is the best of all time?
I don't know. I get to
Say Peyton.
It's not
not even that.
Not Peyton.
because there's people that will argue Joe Montana's 4-0 in Super Bowls. There are people that say Brady has 7 of them. No, he's lost 4, but he still has 7.
I guess the way my mind works is if they played against each other, who would win? Just like if LeBron
Joe
played
Cool
against,
was it, baby.
if Michael Jordan and LeBron James played against each other, I would take Jordan.
Jordan would murder him.
1-on-1?
Yes.
He would murder him.
No.
LeBron couldn't put the ball on the floor.
No.
He couldn't put it on the floor. He's
I
got
guess
no
I just
offense.
want to see it.
No.
I just want to live it.
He would literally just run right over him.
Oh, so he's doing it no official.
Listen, if you do not realize, LeBron's 6.
I know he is like a tight end.
275 pounds.
Yeah, he's
with
huge.
a 4.44. Listen, man, it's. We can get back to volleyball.
Yeah,
I wanted to ask you this. I wanted to
the
ask
way
you
he
this.
asked that though, I had to.
I know.
I had to.
Austin's a slickster over here. He's the
I
one that
know.
set you up
I
over here. Then he tried to
That's
get.
how I had to bring it back.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you, what made you get into coaching? Like, what was it? Was it always something that you wanted to do, or was it a coach that influenced you, or an experience?
No, I never thought I wanted to coach. We were working camps in Atlanta. I played at Georgia Tech.
Yep.
And even then, it was probably like my junior year. Maybe I thought about it. But then I was just working at Delta, even 2 years. It was like a year after I'd graduated, and I never wanted to leave Atlanta. And then my coach put my name out there because people always called. And I'm like, God, I don't want to leave Atlanta. I like bawled, like cried leaving Atlanta when I took a coaching job. So no, I don't know. My dad was my basketball coach. I think I've been a basketball person, a sports person my whole life. But I did not. I went to college as business, and I never thought about coaching. But then I started coaching and I liked it. But then I was always like, I'm never going to be a head coach. No, I don't want to. I used to argue with my dad. I don't know if I ever told you that story. I was at Miami as an assistant in like my second or third season, and he was always like, when you become a head coach, Bertie, are you going to hire me? And I'm like, no, that's your dream. Like, no, that's not going to happen.
You left your dad on read.
Yeah. Well, but then he passed away in 2010 when I was in Miami still. So then I debated getting out of coaching. And I ended up taking the job in Kansas within like 3 months. And it's a basketball school. So then I go up there. This is me. You'll learn this about me. I have like my opinions on certain things, but some things I know nothing about, including I go on that interview and I'm like, oh, this is like a basketball school. Had no clue. I didn't know who Danny Manning was. I didn't know Coach Self. I go on this interview and I call my mom and I'm like, dude, this is like crazy. I feel like dad should be here. And she's like, I can't believe you don't know who I met all of them. And she's like, yes, of course. And she knows all of this because of him. And I'm like clueless over here, just living my own life. So I ended up being there for 7 years. And then it was at some point when I was there that I was like, yeah, I could be a head coach. I don't know. It's been crazy. It was never really a goal.
Yeah.
Dad as a coach was the seed planet.
Yeah.
As much as you like to.
Yeah, he probably saw it in you before you saw it yourself, right?
Yeah.
He saw a lot of things.
Yeah.
He kicked me out of the gym one time. It was great.
Out of the basketball gym?
Yeah.
Jordan ever kick anyone out of a gym?
He did.
My guy. I like him.
Oh, it's so good. Hey.
I saw a really good video about Jordan the other day. Is that he was the however many time NBA champion. Michael Finley was a high school player of the year. In Chicago.
Okay.
High school. Jordan took it upon himself to beat him 3-1 and 3-1 and 1-on-1.
Yeah, he's not going to let him win.
Yeah.
Squash him early.
Yeah,
Are you saying that it's his opponent?
Michael Finley was there in jeans. And he's like, yeah, let me go out. Let's play one-on-one. Chicago.
Ask Jay about what he did to freshman
running
running backs. What he did to freshman running backs at the University of Nebraska.
I was an upstanding leader of the team.
What was your nickname? What was your nickname?
What
was your nickname?
I never
Debo
introduced them to the Nebraska way. Never would do anything like that.
Debo. It wasn't Prince Foreman. It was Debo.
Only thing I didn't do, I just didn't do it to him on the recruiting visit. If you're on a recruiting visit,
you're selling
I want you to come. Right. I'm not going to say, hey, man, here's some pads, some 2 small shoes. Let's do goal line drill and do all that. And then I put it on TV.
Let's go to break. Let's get Coach Burt out of here until we bring her back.
Old school will be back.
Yeah.
Coach Burt, listen, I will be at Supernova's game. I was phenomenal. I'm impressed by the way you guys play. You're always welcome back. This debate is not over. It's not over. I
for
want
the
you
rest
to
of
go
our
back.
lives.
I want you to go.
I have so many things I'm going to find tonight.
That's
and
what
I'm
I
gonna
want
send
you
them
to
to
do. Yeah, that's all right. We're good with it.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road.
Nebco is hiring CDL drivers for ready-mixed concrete, Husker Concrete, and Beatrice Concrete. Nebco offers great pay, medical and retirement benefits, paid time off, and they pay for CDL training. Apply today and start your new career with a $2,500 hiring bonus. From Nebco's beginning in 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com.
A lot of work goes into making Nebraska, Nebraska. Keeping it green. Helping it thrive. Making it fun. Everything that goes into caring for our outdoors, from waters to wildlife, plays a big role in making Nebraska home. Learn how we help conserve our state's natural resources at outdoornebraska.org.
Paid for by Nebraska Game and Parks. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. It doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Ready to upgrade your combine in 2024? The team at Landmark Implement is here to help you find the right combine to fit your operations needs. Choose from 4.9% for up to 60 months or a 12-month interest waiver, followed by John Deere financial rates with approved credit through the end of March. When you purchase a pre-owned S or X Series combine from Landmark, know you are backed by Landmark's extensive parts and service network with mobile techs and parts drop-off points to keep you up and running. View our current inventory online at landmarkimp.com or stop by your local Landmark to experience the Landmark difference.
You don't think about your roof very often, but you should never take it for granted. Roofing Service Company takes every measure to provide you with the highest quality roofing solution. Whether it's a new roof installation, roof repair, or a re-roofing project, their overall goal is to provide you with a pleasant experience and a long-lasting roof. If you have a need for siding or gutters, they're your place too. Visit roofingservicecompany.com for more info today.
At Fairway Meat Market, you're family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Now, through March 31st, gear up for Easter with USDA Choice Whole Boneless Ribeye Loins for $12.99 per pound. Fairway's Hickory Smoked Boneless Pit Hams for $4.99 per pound. USDA Choice Whole Beef Brisket for $3.99 per pound. And all natural pork bellies for $2.99 per pound. That's all at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
Where will your path take you, traveler? To seek fortune in a new career? Or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Wherever you go, one distraction could spell disaster. You can change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Load up on meat and more this spring at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's specials through March 26th is spend $25 and receive a free 10-ounce New York strip. Limit 4 per visit. And don't forget about lunch on Fired Up Friday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Locations on 84th and Havelock and 30th and Yankee Hill in Lincoln or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
You're counting on your team to win, so why not prove it? At Warhorse Sportsbook, their win is your win. Put your money where your mouth is on nearly every sporting event. Use the Warhorse app to check odds and build your bets before placing your wagers in person at Warhorse Casino in Lincoln or Horseman's Park in Omaha, including live in-game betting. No bets, no glory. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
Are you tired of living in pain? It's time to take control. At Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, we're your one-stop shop for expert care in Lincoln. From broken bones to complex reconstruction, our skilled team will help you get back on track. Visit prairieortho.com today and discover why we're the trusted choice for thousands of patients. Don't let pain hold you back. Take the first step towards a better, pain-free life with Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, where healing begins. Call 402-489-4700.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
I get it back.
Well, we're back. Jay Foreman, DP Austin, Coach Bird's here. Appreciate you coming down. Definitely entertaining. I want to thank Charles from Mary Ellen's, Dr. Finn from Advanced Medical Imaging, 7601 Pioneers Boulevard, jam-packed day, quickest 2 hours. I know that goes by quick. Radio is done. Not even probably what? Just one set probably with you guys?
Yeah, what?
Well, we
Did I get here late?
But to get you in here early, we're going to get you in here at 4 o'clock and let you come down and just hang out. You can do the show. Bring your study.
Bring
the crew.
Come with it. Don't come weak. Listen, come with it. I got it.
I
here.
have to go get my facts. I know you were ready. I wanted to start taking notes on my papers. I got it.
We're gonna make it work. Yeah. Bring them down. You can come down. Bring the whole team down. They'll get fed. They'll get beverages because the milled coffee will take care of them. Come hang out. They come on different shows. Share with everybody. Coach Rocky Russo is next, so we need to hook Supernovas up with the stars.
Okay.
And let them do that. You can do the puck drop. Have Coach Russo. You two talking sports would be fantastic. Because Russo's he's a fanatic. He's one of those cerebral assassins that puts it together pretty well. So I think
I don't know if that's how I would label myself, but
oh yeah, I would 100%. 100%. Coach Bird, thank you very much.
Great.
Appreciate you.
You're always welcome back.
Yeah. Oh, I'm definitely gonna come back. Don't worry, I'm definitely coming back.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, come on, Cletus.
Yeah. Come on, Kevin Duckworth.
Hater. He's such a hater.
I can't. This is insane.
Listen, Dan Marley is okay though. I'll give you that. Thunder Dan. Oh, Grand Canyon University is at finest.
Leave that man alone. Leave him alone.
Oh man, this has been a great Tuesday.
I'm just gonna let you have it today. This is your day. This is your day.
Coach Rocky Russo, the Lincoln Stars, coming up. They'll go, and it's going to be a long night here. Ticket weeknights. DeMornay Pearsonell, Nuri, Chancellor Brewington, the Daily Nebraskan. We got a full lineup till midnight here on the Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Load up on meat and more this spring at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's specials through March 26th is spend $25 and receive a free 10-ounce New York strip. Limit 4 per visit. And don't forget about lunch on Fired Up Friday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Locations on 84th and Havelock and 30th and Yankee Hill in Lincoln or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.